So now let's move to adding contacts to the favorites. So we need to add a button here or a link, and once the user clicks on the link, so he can add a chosen contact to his favorites. And before we do that, so we need to move to the user model. So first and add the relationship, because we did not add the relationship. So let's call it favorites contacts. And this relationship, so let's add only favorite contacts. And this relationship will be belongs to many, because we have already added the pivot table, so belongs to many. And here we need to specify the table, which is favorites. Okay. So now we are done with the relationship. Next, we need to move to the controller, and here we need to add the function, so we can add or the user can add the contact to his favorites, and also we need to remove the contact from the favorites if he is already in our favorites. And also we need to add another one for getting the user's favorites contacts. Okay, so let's add the first one. So this one, as I said, we'll add a contact to favorites. So let's add function, public function, add to favorites. And here we will receive the contact that we want to add to our favorites. And what else we need? So we need the first to do the same thing as we have done here when we deleted the contact. So we need to check first if the user has the contact or he is the owner of this contact that he wants to favorite. And if yes, we need to do something else. We need to check if the contact is already inside the user favorites list. And here we need to use the relationship that we have added here. Okay, so let's copy and use it here. So so we need the relationship and we need to paste it here. Okay, so first we check if the user is the owner or he is the user who created the contact, and next we check if this contact is already inside the user's favorite list. So if yes, so we need to remove it. Okay, so and to remove it we can use the same thing. We can use user favorites contacts, and we call, so here we need parentheses, and we call the detach, and the detach method takes the contact. Okay, so now we have removed the contact from the favorites list if he is already in. Okay, and we send message, and we return and redirects the user to the home page with message contact removed from your favorites. Okay, so this is the first test if the user has already added this contact to his favorites. Else, if he is not, so then we need to add him. Okay, so here let's copy and paste and change from from attach, not from attach, from detach to attach. Okay, so now we are attaching the new contact to the user, and here we showed success message, and we can tell him contact added to your favorites. Okay, and we displayed success message. And if he tries to add a contact that he isn't his own, so we will tell him, or we will display a message telling him that something went wrong. Okay, So that's all. Let's save, or let's do something. Let's add here commands, check if the contact is already in the favorites list of logged in user. Okay, so if yes, we remove him. If no, we add him. Okay, so that's all for this function, and we need another one. So this one we need to use it to get so let's copy from here. So we need to get the favorites or the list of favorites of the currently logged in user. Okay, get user favorites list. So let's name it favorites contacts. And here what we will do, so we will receive nothing. So we will return the home page, and instead of using contact relationship, so we can use the favorites contact relationship. So not here but here. And so why it's copying all the name of the function. So let's paste again, so the same thing happens. So let's try to do that again. So here we want only this part. Okay, and we want to paste it here, and we don't need to order by any field, so we get the paginate 10. Okay, and also here we don't need the selected direction. Okay, we send only the contacts. So now we are done with the favorites function. So we add and we remove, and we get the favorites list of the user. So you can, if you want, you can remove the S from here and make its favorites contacts. So now let's move to the routes and add the routes. So we need one for adding user or contact to our favorites, and one for removing, not for removing, but we will use the same one for adding and removing. And also we need another one for getting all the favorites contacts. So let's add here user routes, just to be clear for us, and here contacts routes. Okay, and here user guest routes. So let's see, we have the first routes that we have added here. So this one will add, so let's make it get request, and let's add here add, and we add contact. So let's remove the list from here. We add contact to our favorites, or let's add something here. Let's add contact and slash, we have the contact, and here the favorites, and it will take us to the function that we have added, which is this one. So copy, and where is it? So copy and paste here. So now we have to add two favorites, and as I said, we need another one for getting all the favorites. Okay, so let's add another one here, and this one will get the favorites contacts. So let's add here favorites slash contacts, and as I said, we need also to get the same thing, which is the method that we have here. So copy and paste here, and also change name of the controller, and I think here we don't need the name. Okay, so save. So now we have added the controller, and also we have added not the controller, we have added functions to the controller and the relationship and the route. So what we need now, we need to go back to our front end and add the button here, so we can add the user or contact to our favorites list. Okay, so let's do that now.